this is kind of interesting and very weird. So this is NFL win total picks. Will Brinson, CBS Sports. Browns over-under on this is 8.5. He picks the Browns under 8.5, and my head scratcher is the rationale. My concern is Deshaun Watson's ability to get back to his previous level of performance. That's fair. Watson's skill set is undeniable, and he's improved over a few games last year, but we haven't seen any real consistency, sustained success from him in several years. Well, that's because he hasn't played in several years. It's hard to be consistent when you've played 6 games in 3 years. So if his skill set is undeniable, you either think he can get back to it, then it's over 8.5, or you don't, and it's under 8.5. And I think Will Brinson is really talented. The rationale there, I'm scratching my head with it.
It's like in some cases, people forgot how good Deshaun Watson actually is. I mean, it's fair to forget that because he hasn't played it. He didn't play for almost 2 years, and the 6 games he played were very mixed. I mean, you saw a lot of flashes of what he was and what he still can be. At the same time, there's still some rust and knockoffs, still trying to catch up to NFL speed. Obviously the Browns switching offensive philosophies kind of in the middle of the season really didn't help Watson or really anybody kind of find into consistency. But if Deshaun Watson looks like Houston Deshaun Watson, there's no reason to think this team can't win 10 or 11 games minimum. I think he's that talented. They've obviously done a lot to improve, the receiving core alone, and we forget just how much the defense let this team down a year ago. I mean, going from Joe Woods to Jim Schwartz alone should help. Just more toughness and accountability, and that's how the football I think is going to help. And again, we talked about last year, the defense kind of holds its own. If they are any better against the run, if they don't have those, problems where they just kind of they can't adjust, they can't stop, runs where they give something up and then it starts to snowball on them. If that gets cleaned up last year, this is easily probably a 9, maybe even a 10-win football team potentially. There was a lot of things that let the offense down, and those things seem to have been corrected. You get those corrected, and you have Deshaun Watson playing like Houston Deshaun Watson. No reason to think this team shouldn't be in contention for the AFC North.